too important, but what I'm about to tell you, this is extremely important. I'm one of the first people ever to get a Neuralink implant in their skull. For those that don't know what a Neuralink is, it's an electronic chip from Elon Musk. What this little quarter-sized device does, they drill a hole in your skull, they take out your skull, they put in this device. There are electrodes that are attached to it, which then will stimulate different areas of your brain, which you normally don't use.
I can move a mouse without even touching a computer. I can connect, I can download, I can transfer information. I'm not the only person that has one of these now, and now we can communicate. This is what's going to happen for the rest of the world. Eventually, this technology will be, maybe not in you, your kids, your grandkids. This is what's coming next. Welcome to the year 2026. Have fun.
My name's not too important.
All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to begin this lesson by giving all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High and the proper names in the Paleo Hebrew tongue. I want to say, Call Halayim, Le Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rakakadash Ma'amaf. Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father, whom the world ignorantly and willingly call God of Jehovah. Bahashim meaning in the name of. Yahushai meaning he who delivers, whom the world ignorantly and willingly call Jesus today. I want to give a double honor to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who rule well, and another double honor to my elder as well, Ahara Wannabe Asha'Allah of the Lions Den Camp here in Jacksonville, Florida. So, all right, salutation to the 144,000 hopeful elect pushing his truth across the four winds, and to the 1/3 remnant believers on Yahweh Bashim Yahshua Shalom Shalom. So, what you just saw was a video of Esau's ordeals, or Esau's plans for humanity, And I'm going to get straight into it in the book of Revelations, chapter 13, and verse 11. And it says, "And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. He exercises all the power of the first beast before him, and causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast whose deadly wound was healed." So, that beast that was coming up, out of the earth, was basically America, being established, being the whore that rode upon the beast, and it says, "And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon." So, this place being the revised Roman Empire. The Roman Empire, they had a 2-party system, the Flavians and the Etruscans. You got America have a 2-party system, being the Democrats and the Republicans. So it's basically the revised Roman Empire. It says, "And he exercised all the power of the first beast before him," the Roman Empire, "and caused it the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast whose deadly wound was healed." So, right. So this devil, he has a God complex, and with that God complex, his mindset is to chip the whole world. You feel what I'm saying? Verse 13, "And he doeth great wonders so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of man." So, right, this devil, he basically bombed Nagasaki and Hiroshima, and created the atom bomb, and that started the nuclear age. So now they ramping up production in every country, basically trying to race, to go digital, and with that digital system, it's no longer going to be any paper money, any physical money, swiping of the cards. They're going to constantly come and make excuses on why cash is dirty, or you can't track everything. This devil wants to have it to where he can track every single last payment, to where you buy a plate from your neighbor, you're going to have to use his system. You're going to have to use what he puts in you to buy and sell. You're going to have to use that neural think, that dude had in his hand, or that grain of rice, the RFID chip that he's going to put in your hand, and that's how our people is going to be buying and selling in the future, and he started this off basically with his the C19, what they started in 2020, what they made all the people take. It was all it was basically a test, to see who's going to consent to this devil. But those that had the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai are not going to consent. You had a lot of people that came in the truth after that, that made the mistake of taking it. But, going forth, we know not to trust this devil, So, right, it says that he do a great wonder so that he make a fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of man, and deceives them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast which had a wound by the sword and did live. So, right. He's going to deceive our people with his miracles, or his left hand sided miracles, by way of that beast, the European Union, that established, America, to basically have this much power, this amount of power in the earth. So he's going to deceive our people into taking, that RFID chip, to where you put it in your head. If you couldn't see out your eyes, if you was blind, you're going to be able to see, because it's going to affect certain nerves in your body, to where now you couldn't see, you receive his mark, you're going to be able to see again. You couldn't walk, you're going to be able to walk, through robotics, you know what I'm saying? Or this devil going in your mind and your brain and dealing with certain nerves to make you feel again, to make you whole again. So it's going to be a miracle. 2/3 of our people are going to crave it. They're going to beg for it, especially if they're dealing with a bodily ailment, might be in the church one day praying to JC to heal them. And then when Esau come out with this technology, they're going to run it and going to take it, So, right. So America being the revised Roman Empire, NATO and the EU being that beast system, and they basically finna make this mandatory. This is the end all be all. They're gonna make this thing mandatory. It says, verse 15, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as should not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he caused it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. All right, this is prophecy. This is what's coming to pass. He's going to cause all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. So everybody's going to have to take it. The only ones that's not going to take it are the ones that truly trust and believe in the name of Yahweh Shem Shai, truth and sincerity. His scripture said, the time shall come where the Lord they shall not stay upon them that smote them, but they shall stay upon the Lord. So we know to put our trust in Yahweh Shem Shai during that time, because this is labeled in the scriptures as the hour of temptation. He said, but the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai said he's going to keep us from the hour of temptation. So we're not going to fall victim into receiving this devil's mark, and worshiping, his image. It says he caused it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So the time coming to where you're not going to be able to buy or sell unless you got it, in your forehead or in your hand, So that time is coming. They moving into a digital age where I work at. If you want to grab some snacks, you pay with your phone to get in. They got cameras all over you. You pick up everything that you want, and you just hit a button and you walk out, and it is send a charge to your card. This devil finna put that technology in you. You're not gonna be able to buy or sell unless you take. He's leaning. He's leaving the paper dollar behind. He's going digital. This is prophecy. This is what's coming to pass, man. It's all right. It says, here's wisdom, let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it's the number of a man, and his number is 600, 66. So, right, and, You know, we have to be wise and be circumspect to know that the things that Yahweh Shemashah desire for this place, you know, and what he's going to do to those that take it. So, all right, this is Ezekiel chapter 33 and verse 33, and it says, and when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come, then shall they know that a prophet had been among them. So 2/3 of our people are going to know that we've been warning you about these things, you know, this whole time. You know, the elders and apostles have been warning, you know, 2/3 of our people about these things for over 40 years, you know, and now we 40 years in the future, and this devil, you see it. You're starting to see it more and more. You're starting to see people present, you know, their mark more and more. But in the future, you're not going to be able to buy or sell without it. And on top of that, he's going to cause you to be unalived if you don't take it. So, right, and this is Revelation chapter 14 to verse 9, and the third angel followed, saying, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture. So the Lord gonna be on your ass if you take that. You feel what I'm saying? If you take it, the Lord ain't trying to hear no, I'm sorry, I forgive you. He ain't trying to hear it. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. So, right, the Lord ain't playing with you, man. When those missiles hit this place, he's going to leave you here and he's going to melt you, you know. So now is the time to receive wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and to pay attention, you know, to your surroundings. You know, pay attention to this devil. You know, he'll wave one hand in your face, and then with the other hand, he'll be doing all type of trickery. You know, the sleight of hand. So you gotta pay attention. You know, to the the spirit. And how about Shemashah? Reveal everything that's going on. You know, this is Isaiah chapter 33 and verse 6. It says, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. So, right, the wisdom and knowledge is what's going to guide us through these times. You know, having to live in a society where you don't have the mark, so you can't buy and sell. So in that day, you're going to have to trust in the Lord. What he told Ezekiel. Well, it wasn't Ezekiel. It was Elijah or Elisha, one of them. The Lord had the ravens bring Elisha food 3 times a day. So we're going to have to wait and trust in the Lord's miracles. You know, somebody who trusts in his system, they're not going to have the ability, the capacity to trust in the Lord during that time. You know, especially if they used to getting a check, you know, used to buying whatever they want to buy, you know, being in a situation to where they don't have any want for anything. You know, those people are not going to have the capacity to trust in the Lord in those days, man. But we're going to trust in the Lord in those days, you know, and trust that Yahweh Shemashah is going to feed us. What he said, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. My servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. My servant shall laugh for joy of heart, but you shall cry for sorrow. So our people, they're going to be going through it, you know, for the decision that they made to trust in this devil, you know, who wants to be a God instead of trusting in the living power, you know. So don't take the MOTB. I pray this lesson was edifying. Shalom, on to the next.